and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode. My name is Ferenike, and this is a place where we discuss about how to improve the quality of our lives, how to live a life full of joy, happiness, and passion. Now, last week I was in Malaysia for an educational show, the Asia show, and went really well. I loved my time there. I got so many new experiences, new people, new things that I've learned. One of the things I picked up was a new book, and I want to talk to you about this book today. It's by an Indian guru, I have it here, Indian guru and spiritual teacher called Osho. And he talks about intimacy in relationships in general, but specifically in romantic relationships. That's the book here. It's called Intimacy, Trusting Oneself and the Others. And I will link that on the bio below, so you can order it if you want on Amazon. I 100% recommend this book for that specific topic. Now, intimacy is something that is very much related to sexual connection, which is not the truth. Intimacy is a lot deeper. It can be about needs in general, emotional, spiritual needs. So you can be intimate with someone that you don't have any sexual contact with. So, but today I want to talk about the intimacy within a relationship and how can you go about that and what does that mean? Because we talk about intimacy very often. People want and crave intimacy in their relationships, but it's very hard to attain or achieve that level of intimacy with someone because it's hard. It requires a very high level of authenticity and honesty that most people won't be able to give, and they won't be able to handle as well from the other partner, either or. It's really hard and very rare to see two people be very, very much intimate and being 100% honest and open with each other. Being intimate, it means that you're willing to share and communicate your needs, your emotional needs, spiritual needs, and the other person is willing to understand and being able to fulfill those needs, or being interested to meet you halfway so that your needs and their needs are met at the same time. But it's very often that we try to hide ourselves, we try to wear a mask, and we don't want other people to see us. And for you to find out what's your barrier towards intimacy, if you cannot connect with people on that deep level, you need to think about what are you hiding? What do you not want to share with the other person? Because that is the barrier, right? So if you're able to overcome that, then you can also understand more things about yourself while you're doing that exercise, right? Because you can see what are the parts of yourself that you're not so proud of, because obviously that requires to share all the beautiful things, or the strengths and all of the advantages that we have and all the talents, but that requires also to share the weaknesses and vulnerabilities and everything, the dark places as well within ourselves. So, and that is very hard, isn't it? But essentially that is what it takes to develop intimacy, and of course that takes time and effort, and the key ingredient within any relationship to achieve that is trust. And of course you build trust over time, but make sure when you starting revealing yourself, you do it in small pieces, not all at once, because it's really hard for people to manage that and handle that. But it's very important to do it like piece by piece and see how the other person reacts. See if they're embracing that, if they're willing to meet those needs, if what is their point of view when you actually do that, when you start revealing yourself. So bear in mind that if you see red flags from the beginning, if you see that the other person doesn't respond, if the other person is not interested to know your needs, then that's a clear red flag, and you can also be ready to move on from there. But it's very, very important to be able to understand yourself first and love yourself first, because if you don't love and understand yourself first, you won't be able to develop that connection with another person. And intimacy is a lot about trusting the time and the place and trusting the other person, because obviously what you're doing when you're intimate with someone is you open your heart and you give your love to them. you let them see a piece of you. Intimacy, into me see, right? So you let the other person see into you. So that requires sort of a level of courage, but also a level of authenticity. You need to be authentic, you need to be honest, you need to be willing to be naked emotionally and spiritually in front of another person. So that is what true intimacy is. And of course, when people actually achieve that level of intimacy, then the grace that they live, the joy, the passion is on a different level. So that is what we all crave for, but it's really hard to attain because most of us wear a mask. Not only from the other person, not only from the partner, but in general in life, because that's what society has told us. So sometimes we're pretending to be someone we're not, and that is the first barrier to intimacy. But once you overcome that, and once you're authentic with yourself and the other people and your society and the society in general, then you can move into the next step of intimacy and let other people see you for who you are, in your relationships and in your partnership as well. So that is sort of what I wanted to share with you today. Intimacy is a topic that I am learning a lot myself because I'm very interested in it. And I'll probably let me know if you have any questions with regards to that, and if you want me to expand more in the next video